think before you
I
speak.
just got the last time I told you. When you told your mother and your mother told me that you
They
told
slip
her
of the
the secret,
tongue.
I told you not to tell me.
Welcome to Lip Service on Bent TV. We've been off air for a little while, but we have been very busy, and I want to welcome my panel. My regular panellist, Jess, is back, which is wonderful, and we have two guest panellists, Rach and Andy, joining us today.
Hi.
So I say we've been very busy collating all the problems, and we've decided to theme the programme. So we're going to take one today about dating. So guys, are you ready for our first issue to resolve? This comes from Kerry. She says, I know this question is boring, well, I think we'll be the judge of that, but the question, but I struggle with who should pay on a date. In same-sex dates, it's tricky to know whether to split or shout it.
Kerry's right, it's boring.
It's a boring
question.
No, I think it's difficult though. I do think it's hard to know. I mean, I don't know. I don't even think that there's still the traditional man pays for a woman in a hetero sense. I mean, does that even still exist? But I do think it's tricky to try and work out, you know, who should pay.
Unless you're a tight ass and just get them to pay all the time.
Yeah,
It's worth a try. Give it a go, give it a go.
I think you should assume, it's best to assume everything's equal and you're going halves always, and then if someone really wants to, they can go,
Do you reckon?
it's important that I pay. Yeah, I think just assume everything equal, because some people, if they pay, then they assume
like-
they're getting something, and it's just simpler and more honest to just go half each, everything's fair.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think that whoever asks the other person out should pay. So
Okay.
if I ask you out, I'm taking you out on a date. Oh, maybe I'm a bit, you know.
I
Old
think
school.
old-fashioned
You sound old
there.
school.
Yeah.
if you ask me out, I would still assume we're paying half each,
Okay.
unless you really made a thing of it.
Instead.
I think you don't want
Like to-
You don't want to just sit there and,
Yeah.
and do nothing and and then have them
Yeah.
say.
So what I would be doing during the meal would be, you know, you want obviously a conversation, you're going to find out, well, what do they do for a
Yeah.
living? Then you make a mental assessment.
And then
They're
decide
more
on
than
that.
I do, and then
Oh, they've
decide,
got money, so
yeah,
it's
that's
fine. You can pay for it.
So let's go with that one. Any other final words on that one before we move on? Jess, you've got one to share with us.
Yeah, okay, so I have one from Alexander. So he says, this guy I've been vibing with at work finally asked me out on a date, but after we'd literally had one drink, a few of his friends arrived to join us, which included his ex. Do you think that's weird? Now it makes me think it wasn't even really a date.
Yeah,
So
I think
what
it's
do we
weird.
think of that? What do you
weird.
think? You think it's weird, Rach?
Really weird. It actually happened to me. I was invited out on a date and I was picked up by this girl, and she had these two other girls in the car. And I was like, oh, hey, hi, how's it going? And we went to this lovely restaurant, and then when she got up to go to the bathroom, all of her friends started quizzing me and asking me all these really embarrassing questions. And I thought, oh my God, this is not a date. This is like an
is an
inquisition.
interview.
Yeah, that
an
is
interview.
strange.
I thought it was really weird. So I don't understand the idea of.
And one of those additional guests was the ex of the...
Oh, I don't think so. They might have hooked up.
But the fact that she brought friends.
yeah, just
Yeah.
brought
I mean,
like backup.
Did you say anything about it? Or?
I did in private. Like later, I thought, was I supposed to bring friends?
I missed the memo.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I feel really awkward. But yeah.
It's stupid. Like on a date, the people are so nervous and so unsure about everything. It's crazy to bring a committee along, or especially an ex.
Yeah.
For goodness sake,
definitely.
that's just, you know, no matter how open-minded they are, it's just going to throw them off their game, and you're not going to see the real person. It's just thoughtless and selfish and wrong in every way, I think.
Do you have to have this official declaration that it's a date? It's like, oh, you meet somebody,
Yeah,
and, oh, would you like to go out for dinner or catch up?
you do.
Do you have to
that
say,
is tricky.
this is a date?
Yeah.
And then you know the rules? Or-
Because the lines can be a bit blurred. I mean, he did say, this guy asked me out on a date, but
Yeah.
what if he just said, do you want to come for a drink? And then is it...
I would still
Is
say.
it a date?
Well, I guess as the person being invited, you could clarify. You could say, is it just going to be you and me? Something like that. But I would assume that if I was being invited out saying, would you like to get a drink with me? Then it's just with that person.
Yeah.
She said, come and have a drink with me. Like,
But
yeah,
is
of
it a
course.
date, though? Is it-
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a date.
Yeah.
I was asked
what-
out to see a musical act that I liked by
Yeah.
someone, and I said, oh, great, and let's ask some, and asked others along, and and then at the end of the night I got this, how could you do that on our date? And I had no concept at all that it was a date. And so I think, I don't know, communication.
Communication.
And it's better to just, beat that drum too many times and make it really clear.
Yeah.
I'll share a straight friend of mine was getting on, met this guy through work, we were getting very well. The guy was gay, invited him for dinner, and he thought, oh, that's nice, we're going to have a chat, we get on, we have a good time. And then it turned out to be this really fancy restaurant, candlelit, very romantic. And my friend, whose name I almost mentioned, oh, I think I've misread this situation slightly.
So it can go both ways.
It can indeed. It can indeed.
Oh, well, there you go, Alex.
Communication.
All right, I'm going to just share with you what Sam called in with. Sam is an F2M trans guy, and he really likes this girl. He met through a mixed netball team. They seem to hit it off and have hung out in groups, but they don't. But Sam, doesn't know if she knows that he is trans. I'm trying to transform it. Should I tell her before I ask her out, or tell her later? I'm a bit nervous about the whole thing. What are we going to share with Sam and Rach? What do you think?
I think it's a double-edged sword. I can see both sides of the coin. So if he doesn't say anything and waits till they're out there, maybe have a couple of drinks, might be more, you know, like loosened up and open to the idea. Or on the other hand, honesty is always the best policy, just being yourself, because what's he got to be ashamed of? You know, he is who he is, and he's representing himself and saying, hey, this is who I am, you like me for me, or you don't. But
Because if Sam tells her and she freaks, then
yeah.
he doesn't want to be with her anyway.
Well, no.
But from Sam's point of view, he might think she may not know trans people. If she got to know me a bit, then maybe she'd be more open than she might be in the current point.
Yeah.
But in current place, it's very hard. It's a
It's a
tough
very
one.
difficult one. I mean, I sort of tend to think, you know, the right thing is to say something initially, but it depends. He says they've been getting on well so far, so, you know, I just think have the conversation.
Absolutely.
One other option, maybe this is wrong, is get someone else to mention it to her in passing.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good one.
Is it?
Plant the
Yeah,
seed, I reckon.
Or bring it up in conversation, not the particular personal
in a-
situation,
in a
but
general
just a general
conversation.
sense. And
Yeah.
did you see that Bent TV programme
Yeah.
about trans people and trans issues? And then that brings them the opportunity to have a talk
Yeah.
and see what kind of test the water, maybe.
It's a tough
you
issue.
don't want to wait till you're in bed.
No. True. The world's changing for trans people, and it's changing quickly, but there's still a long way to go. So
Definitely. Well, people can be ignorant.
yeah.
Guys, thank you very much. I hope our problemees, Kerry, Alex and Sam, find some solace, and some of you do too. You've been watching Lip Service on Bent TV.